tried not to get too emotional. I just looked at it as like another training. Like I was just going to training tonight, and I think that was a good way to look at it. Didn't feed into the hype.
Yeah, you proved yourself in there tonight. How are you feeling about your performance?
Oh, I'm stoked I won. Like I didn't want to lose. Yeah.
And what techniques did you take in there? What had your trainers sort of got you ready for?
Heaps of sparring, heaps of fitness. Yeah.
And what was your goal when you were getting in there? Was it to move around? Was it to
just attack? Yeah.
About halfway through round 1, Millie, your arms dropped. You brought them back at rounds 2 and 3. Did your trainer get stuck into you?
No, I shouldn't. But I noticed that I dropped my guard, and I shouldn't have done that. So, yeah, really focused on keeping that up in the second and third round.
6 minutes, you gassed?
6 minutes. Yeah.
Gassed at the end?
I'm all right.
You think you could go another three rounds?
Nah. Yeah.
With this victory tonight, do you think you'll consider another boxing match, or do you plan to go back to nursing school?
I definitely don't plan to go back to nursing, but I don't know. I don't plan too far ahead. I'm just going to take it easy now.
I took a few shots early on in the first 2 rounds, so the power wasn't an issue. And he got me a good one there in the corner, but I was still okay. I wasn't dazed or anything. So I was willing to carry it on, but the ref made a decision. It would have been nice to go 4 rounds, but not to be.
Look, of course I've got respect for Carlos, but the fact that I've got a game plan in mind and I want to go out there and box. It's been 3 years since I've been in the ring. I've been working hard for this fight. I want to enjoy every minute I possibly can. Like I said, the last 3 weeks were a hard build-up. I didn't think I was going to be in the ring at all. So I was very thankful to be in there and relive once again for the final time some competitive juices flowing.
Monty, is this it? Is this your wife's pulled the pin on, or are you
the last time my wife said that was it against Shane Cameron, but I managed to get across the line this time. It cost me a bathroom, but never mind. Like I said, happy wife, happy life. So hopefully she'll be a bit more forgiving and let me go again. But like I said, the phone's got a call. If the phone doesn't ring, that means you don't get opportunity. But I think both me saying yes and the phone ringing are pretty distant now.
So it's probably the hardest I've ever trained, And I knew I had to, because I had to prepare for 3-minute rounds instead of 2-minute rounds. So that extra minute, although it doesn't sound long, feels like a lifetime when you're taking punches like that. It would have been nice for those to be 2-minute rounds, actually. I might have been able to do 4 rounds. But, hey, the training was tough. But, mate, I enjoyed it. I was always looking forward to this. I've done it now. Tick it off. Move on.
Tonight was nice, and I really thank Carlos for what he did out there. He's a tough guy. He made me train as hard as I possibly could to be in the best shape ever. So it's going to be a good Christmas, thanks to Carlos.
Best fight?
Well, it definitely was. This whole year we've been working. It's like a little test, and then this was the big test. And like I said in the beginning, we're going to work the body. Me and Kevin have been practicing a big body game, establishing that jab in the beginning. So we controlled the fight, we controlled the action, and slowed it down. And then the big punch connected, which was good.
So you looked a little concerned when he went down, I saw. Was that kind of a measure of the rapport you guys had during the week?
No, I just always feel sorry for them when they're in that state, but it was just a good victory, and I was happy that he was able to get up at the end, and he was all good. When I came back to the corner every round, after every round, Kevin was saying, excellent job, you're following the plan, keep up what you're doing, and eventually it'll come. So went on that 4th round, and Kev told me to sometimes fake the hook and then throw the right hand, which I did, and he wasn't expecting it. So there's those punches that you don't expect are the ones that get to you.
Nice way to end the year. What now? A bit of a break? Or?
We're going to go and change the room, celebrate with the team, and then head off after this and just relax, and then go on a bit of a holiday.
Do you have anyone specifically in your sights now?
It's not really my decision to make. The whole team's going to sit down. Probably the end of this year or beginning of next year, and we're going to set the plan again, and we'll come up with an opponent once we all discuss it.
So if that was the end of your exam, I guess you'd say you aced it?
Kevin said he doesn't want anything but A+, so hopefully that was A+, Coach.
It was A+.
Thank you.
Was that pretty much the perfect fight, Kev? Seriously?
It was by far Joe's best performance. And he's been showing me glimpses of that all year in the gym, and in fights I'm seeing a little bit of it, and I thought this was the perfect opponent and the perfect time of the year after putting 5 fights together in 7.5 months, that we would see the best of Joseph. We would see the skills that he possesses, and tonight I thought he was outstanding. I think he showed tonight just how world-class he really is. And if that doesn't put the shutters into a few heavyweights around the world, I don't know what will.
What was the game plan tonight, Kevin?
Well, the game plan for a start was to work off the jab, to bust them up with the jab, to introduce the feints, to work up and down. We knew that once Joe established his jab and got his feint game going, there would be holes to the body. And I've been taking those body shots off Joe all year, and I'm just pleased to see him throw them on someone else.
Sometimes I miss and get his actual body. But, you know, it's an accident.
Kevin, he stopped Costa Jr. tonight. Hammer, who's higher ranked, wasn't able to do that. I think that's a big statement to the division.
Well, Christian Hammer's ranked number 7 in the world, and he couldn't do it over 12 rounds. And we'd fight Christian Hammer tomorrow. And you've heard me say this before. There are a lot of guys in the top 10 that I'd fight Joseph with immediately. But that's not how the rankings work. We're now in the rankings, and we have to systematically move our way up the rankings by fighting fighters like Better Costa Jr. He was a big test for Joe tonight. He was a dangerous guy, and a couple of times when he actually let his hands go, he was dangerous. There was also, you could see the experience of the man, because Joe hit him with some huge shots in the first 3 rounds that most other fighters would have gone down a lot earlier. But the one he caught him at the end was picture perfect, and he was out before he hit the canvas. There was no way he was going to beat the count there. Joseph fighting 5 times in 7.5 months. He had improved with every single fight. We saw his skill level develop. So I think that's the right scenario for us. And we plan on fighting him 5 times again next year. Joe, as he said, he's going on holiday. He'll come back to me early January, and we'll be looking to step into the ring sometime early March. I think we need to put everything into perspective. Joe's been a professional now for 2 years, and he's 22 years of age. Klitschko's been fighting for over 15 years, and he's 38. Klitschko's not even on our radar at the moment. That's who everyone aspires to beat. He is the best heavyweight in the world. And we're looking at, we're looking closely at Bermain Severn. We're also looking at Ruslan Chagayev, the WBO BA regular champion. So there are other fighters out there that I would like Joe to fight.
Do you think that punch tonight is going to make it harder again for those kind of guys to want to step up?
Well, I think it's going to make a lot of people respect the power of Joseph Parker. And in fact, you heard the TAB the other day saying, for the first time in the Joseph Parker fight, most of the money has gone on the fight to go the full 10 rounds. And when I heard that, I thought, are you crazy? I expected Joe to knock him out. I believed he would knock him out. Joe's a very heavy-handed fighter, and the fact that he didn't knock out Sherman Williams, all of a sudden, he's not a knockout guy again. So that was a bad call by those who were betting the 10 rounds.
This was a clean one-punch knockout tonight. First time really this year. He's knocked guys out with accumulation, but this was really the first time you hit a guy with one big shot and put him to sleep, as Kevin said, for the canvas.
We're definitely developing with skill, technique and power. We're doing everything in the gym to be able to get ourselves to improve.
Just sitting down on that
on those punches, and it's taking me a while to learn, but Kevin's still teaching me and I'm still learning every day. And
pleased with your defence tonight?
The hand did tend to drop again, but Kevin always reminded me in the corner, Joe, lift up that left hand, and so I try my best tonight to lift it up.
I don't think we saw Joe get hit with anything with any power. His jab controlled the whole fight when he was moving forward or when he was going forward or moving back. And that was always the plan. When you've got a jab as good as Joseph Parker, you shouldn't get hit with right hands.
Kevin, Joseph really showed his power on that punch that put the opponent down. Did you know he had that kind of power?
Of course I did. I've been telling people all the time, Joe's a very heavy-handed fighter. We've had, like in the 12 fights we've had 10 KOs now. And if that explains the power. And the guys that we're knocking out, are good fighters. There's not too many people knocked out Minto the way Joe destroyed him. We knocked out Nascimento, destroyed Tapu. And then the fight tonight, it just shows it's an accumulation of the development of Joseph's skills, how much he's improving and what he can do now. As I said during the week, he has terrific ring generalship. He's a world-class fighter.
Is there anyone out there with hands as quick as Joseph at the moment?
I don't believe so, no. I don't believe there's anyone that can pull the trigger as fast as Joe. Not with the amount of power that we can deliver with the speed.